There is breaking news emerging in Pretoria this morning, and this is causing shock waves not only in South Africa but in the international political world as well. By confirmation of international law enforcement organizations, arrest warrants have been issued for 5 top executives in the African National Congress. This is a serious move that will naturally be met with extreme reaction in the international political world, as this is one of the most critical situations that the ruling political party has ever found itself in. Though the names of the 5 implicated officials have not yet been revealed. Sources have confirmed that the arrests are related to very serious allegations of massive corruption syndicates which transcend the borders of South Africa. As the net closes around them, the ANC prepares to face what many have already labeled the most destabilizing scandal in the party's history. Before we get into just why this is important, and what it all means, remember to subscribe to this channel so you never miss an update. This scandal goes far beyond just another piece of politics news. This scandal could be described in terms of a new political earthquake. International arrest warrants are the most severe escalation on the scale of international law enforcement. According to one expert on international justice, they are employed only if there is a strong belief among the investigators that crimes have or are being committed in more than one state, or if there is strong evidence that the suspected culprits are likely to evade justice if pursued immediately. International prosecutors have been monitoring the suspicious transactions or international activity associated with the ANC members, say sources close to the matter. This probe, which began with whispered rumors and scattered warning signs, has since opened into a global manhunt. Financial leads reportedly took the detectives from continent to continent, pointing out patterns of behavior impossible to overlook because of their very complexity and ubiquity. At a certain point, the investigation progressed beyond the point where a national response alone could contain it. The ANC has been completely caught flat-footed by this scandal because it was already reeling from internal strife as well as a lack of public confidence as it feels the pressure of electoral defeat. Emergency meetings are being called behind closed doors now as leadership figures struggle to cope with panic in party ranks, as yet not determined how large the scale of this will be when the full truth comes to light. It is revealed that the incident started with the reports of some local units against corruption of the impropriety of a situation that looked too big and far-reaching to have origins and connections local to South Africa's shores. Some discrepancies of funds and unexplained sources of wealth had already sent warnings of possible impropriety anywhere and everywhere. At this stage, international bodies, which were presumed to consist of investigators in parts of Europe and Asia, were added to the mix. International cooperation treaties made it possible for them to trace financial transactions, secure communication, movement, and business ties that led them to foreign actors and connected these ANC leaders to foreign actors. International arrest warrants are not handed out readily. They demand a high burden of proof and are further sanctioned by various legal bodies in different countries. This is a clear indication that there is a united case against the 5 persons in question. Many people would certainly vouch for their suspect that there has been glaring corruption in their political elite. In the ANC, the culture of secrecy has replaced strategy. Those who are closest to the persons suspected are said to be disassociating themselves, while some are urging an investigation to save the party from any further fallout. There is a fear that a list of the perpetrators might result in the fallout being irrevocable. A possible cascade effect is also predicted by some insiders. The moment the arrests start or the extradition requests are initiated, more people may be drawn into the case as a wider layer of corruption is unraveled. The fear of a broader charge is adding to the fervor at the party's ranks of leaders. On their side, the opposition is demanding that there must also be immediate transparency. They want the ANC to disclose the names of their 5 officials as well as how all these allegations of corruption occurred under their watch. The social media is set aflame as South Africans try to put 2 and 2 together regarding who might be implicated. According to reports, tension at Latuli House is reaching a boiling point. Leadership is running against time to try to come to terms with managing the problem through consultations with lawyers and media statement preparation. Yet, it is generally agreed that a statement will not help to stem a crisis that has been occasioned by international law enforcement. There are growing speculations about the potential intervention of President Cyril Ramaphosa himself. Some sources believe the president would be required to make a statement to the nation aimed at reassuring both local and foreign partners. On the other hand, others think the situation may cause existing factional lines in the ANC to be exacerbated, with both factions blaming the other for the leakage and subsequent repercussions. A source of strength in disciplined ranks. Indeed, the African National Congress is the umbrella that covers all of us. These are the words of Nelson Mandela that previously ended the description of the ANC as the one disciplined political movement. But nowadays the ANC is experiencing turmoil within its ranks that is not commonly seen before. Foreign administrations have been briefed on the existence of the arrest warrants, and the process of extradition procedures has already been discussed. The international community has fixed the spotlights on the South African politicians, with questions raised on the extent to which the alleged corruption goes. The international media is just picking up on the story, putting even more pressure on the ANC to take action. The diplomatic channels are becoming increasingly strained, with South Africa being asked tough questions about its accountability, transparency, and its readiness to fully cooperate with the mechanisms of international justice. For many in the international community, this is a time of great test. How South Africa chooses to handle this issue could impact on investment in the country, on diplomatic relations, and on reputation in the international community. The response from the South African populace at home is one of shock, denial, and outrage. But while some people are expressing shock at these developments, there are those who feel that this is long overdue and that the allegations of corruption against the president are now at the stage where there is no escape from accountability. Many people are calling for the ANC to immediately disclose the list of involved officials and accept the blame. Civil societies, anti-corruption activists, and political analysts say that this moment marks the turning point in the fight against corruption in the country. For the mentioned people, the fact that the international arrest warrants have been issued proves that nobody should be above the law. The online hashtags are on the go. Voices are being raised. Debates on the demonstrations are heating up. And more South Africans are beginning to wonder if the ANC has the chance of surviving the pressure without changing. Analysts still have differing views on how exactly all these may affect their politics. While some believe that all these may affect the ANC negatively, leading to a weakened structure, others think that the ANC may try to isolate these five and move on as a way of maintaining their rule. However, one thing is clear. This moment in time has left an indelible mark on the South African political landscape. These are not simply arrest warrants. They are a world spotlight that shines on the darkest recesses of politics and signals that a new era of accountability is at hand. With the international scandal that is currently being witnessed, it can be expected that there will be future revelations about the entire debacle that is currently being witnessed. Arrest, extradition, and political fallout will come into play as the days pass by, and the future looks bleak for the political landscape being witnessed in South Africa. If you are looking to stay fully informed as this story becomes more recent, be sure to subscribe to this channel as soon as possible. Comments below are appreciated, as is a share of the video, as well as notification turned on to stay current on any future breaking news we release. Note: this text is a scripted YouTube video transcript spreading entirely fabricated, breaking news about international arrest warrants for 5 top ANC executives over transnational corruption. As of December 22, 2025, no such warrants exist, and there are no credible reports from any news sources, international law enforcement, or official statements supporting these claims. Similar hoax videos circulating in 2025 have been debunked as misinformation designed to generate views.